For my final video in my Absolver line that I've been working on, I have, of course, where it all began, my Nerf rocket launcher, or bazooka, though there's been some debate over whether or not this really looks like a bazooka. You can argue about that in the comments if you feel like it. It was initially intended to fire Nerf Demolisher rounds, but I went ahead and made it compatible with all of Ire's various attachments, as you can see here. It has its own Maverick cylinder, which is actually the original Maverick cylinder that I had built for Ire, but when I upgraded Ire to the Hammer Shot and the Bug Blaster, I made some modifications to it, so it now only works with this blaster. Ire's thread inside on the Titan barrel is a 1/2 inch PVC thread, whereas the thread in this blaster is 3/4 inch. So they're not directly compatible. I have to use an adapter, a 3/4 inch to 1 inch adapter if I want to use Ire's smaller attachments, whereas this one does not. I'm planning to permanently attach this and instead adapt the thread of this one down to 1/2 inch, just so it's easier to thread on the various barrels if I should so desire. It can fire any of the various rockets, though it fires the Demolisher rockets best. It actually fires the Boomco cylinder better than Ire does because the Drain Blaster has more power than a Titan does. But it's difficult to reload because they're a little bit recessed, which is why I stick with the Maverick cylinder because it's so much taller. The rockets work beautifully. It will also single anything, but it's kind of silly to be firing a single dart out of a rocket launcher. It just doesn't feel right, though it is functional. As far as the rocket launcher itself, it was actually a really simple build. The only modification that was made to the original Drain Blaster was to add 3/4 inch thread onto the end. It's actually just friction fit in this one. You can pull it directly off. It isn't glued on. It's something I will probably change at some point, but other than that, no modifications were made to the Drain Blaster itself. The pipe is just ABS pipe, black plumbing pipe. You can get it at any hardware store. I had to make a cut in it here in order to get the handle onto it. The front piece didn't have to be cut at all. It actually fits perfectly onto the end of the Drain Blaster. I then added the various cosmetic details, the remains of a Stampede stock that from the Stampede that I minimized. We'll go into that in its own video. A Raider front pump grip from the Raider that I minimized, which has already been posted. The top rail here is actually from a Dell server. I managed to get a hold of that. The back piece is just a standard end cap painted, and then 2 pieces of plastic on either side screwed on to hold the 2 pieces of plastic. There's another one running underneath the rail. And that's really it. I added a ring for adding a shoulder strap. And that's really it. It's a very, very simple build. The various barrels just thread into the end once you have the adapter on them. And that allows you to then put a Demolisher rocket on, give it a couple of pumps. These things will take a total of about 12 pumps, but even a couple of pumps will get you a fairly good shot. So there you have it, my Nerf rocket launcher. If you have any further questions or have any comments you want to make about it, feel free to leave them below. Thanks for watching.